filled with silent dreams. We learn the language of moonbeams, words unspoken, hearts in tune, growing stronger under the silver moon. Chalk dust flying in the air so fine. We scribble stories line by line, lessons in love and how to mend, building bridges we can transcend.
Hello, and welcome to Love Language, the podcast where we explore how love, in all its forms, can transform the way we teach, learn, and grow. I'm Asia Lunsford, a passionate educator and lifelong learner. Today, I want to share how teaching has become my personal love language, a way to create meaningful change, not only in the lives of my students, but also in my own. Today's episode is a bit special. I'll be diving into critical theory in education and discussing how it shapes our understanding of race, gender, religion, law, and society. While these topics might seem heavy, I see them as opportunities to reflect on how teaching can be a transformative act of love, one that challenges inequities, fosters inclusivity, and empowers every child to thrive. So, go grab some snacks and let's explore these ideas together. Let's start with the foundation, critical theory in education. At its core, critical theory examines how education systems reflect and sometimes reinforce societal inequalities. But it also challenges us to reimagine education as a tool for equity and social transformation. As a teacher, I've seen how policies and curricula can perpetuate inequities. For example, schools in under-resourced communities often lack the same opportunities and support as those in wealthier areas. This isn't just about funding. It's about the systems and structures that shape students' lives before they even walk into a classroom. But here's where my philosophy comes in. I believe that love, real, intentional love, can challenge these inequities. When we create classrooms that honor each child's unique potential, we're not just teaching subjects. We're fostering resilience, confidence, and hope. For me, critical pedagogy isn't just about academics. It's about showing students that they matter, that their voices are heard, and that they have the power to shape their futures. Now, let's talk about race in education. We can't ignore the impact that systematic racism has had on our schools. From the racial achievement gap to the school-to-prison pipeline, these systems have low-key had us in a chokehold. But as educators, we have the power, people, and the responsibility to challenge these systems. In my own classroom, I strive to incorporate culturally responsive teaching. That means bringing in stories, histories, and perspectives that reflect the diversity of my students. It also means questioning traditional curricula and asking whose voices are missing and how can I create a space where all students feel seen and valued. I've also seen the power of decolonizing education firsthand. My son, who has autism, taught me the importance of personalized learning. Using Montessori principles, I was able to help him develop self-care and problem-solving skills that traditional approaches often overlook. This experience deepened my commitment to creating classrooms that celebrate every child's unique identity and potential. Now, let's explore gender and education. Feminist pedagogy is all about creating equitable spaces where students of all genders can thrive. It's about breaking down stereotypes and empowering students to see themselves as leaders, creators, and change makers. In my classroom, I'm intentional about how I approach gender. For example, I make sure my lessons include diverse examples that challenge traditional roles. I encourage all my students, regardless of gender, to take risks, ask questions, and lead discussions. For me, it's another way to express love in teaching. When we each see students as their authentic selves and create spaces where they can flourish, we're showing them that they are enough, just as they are. Religion and secularism in education can be a tricky balance. but it's also an opportunity to teach empathy and understanding. In a diverse classroom, students bring a wide range of beliefs and traditions. Our job as educators is to create a space where everyone feels respected and valued. I remember a time when one of my students shared their family's holiday traditions during a class discussion. It was a beautiful moment that sparked curiosity and connection among other students. This encouraged my holidays around the world exploration, where we went to different countries and compared how each country celebrates the holiday season. By encouraging these conversations, we can help students see diversity not as a barrier, but as a strength. This ties back to love, the love that allows us to embrace differences, find common ground, and build a sense of community. Finally, let's talk about the role of education in shaping policies and justice. Landmark cases like Brown versus Board of Education remind us that education is deeply connected to the fight for equality. But the work isn't done, people. Inequities still exist, from access to resources to discriminatory policies. As educators, we have to see ourselves as advocates for justice. I am an advocate for justice. Whether it is through PBIS initiatives or incorporating Montessori principles, I strive to create environments where every child has the tool to succeed. I also believe in teaching students about their roles in society, helping them see that their voices matter and that they can be agents of change. At its heart, this work is about love. Love for our students, our communities, and the belief that a better future is possible. As I reflect on these topics, one thing becomes clear. Teaching is more than a profession. It's a calling, a way to show love in action. Whether it's challenging inequities, celebrating diversity, or empowering students to reach their potential, education has the power to transform lives, including my own. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope today's discussion has inspired you to think about how we can use education as a tool for love and change. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, love is the most powerful language of all.